peace of mind, with the city so cold in the wintertime. In my mind, stuck in my mind, it gets dark inside. Trying to find some peace of mind, with the city so cold in the wintertime. In my mind, stuck in my mind, it gets dark.
Alright, all you Earth Daddies and Earth Mommies, this is your boy Midnight, and I'm back at you with another video. This one this is gonna be another relation situations video. Basically, I want to just touch on the topic of recognizing narcissists, karmic soulmates, and people that come into your life to teach you lessons. Because this is one thing about life that needs to be recognized, is that not everyone is meant to be in your life forever, and we have to recognize who's important in our life and who isn't important in our life. And even people that are karmic soulmates or narcissists or whatever, they have a role in your life as well. They're here to teach you lessons, and that's what makes them a karmic soulmate, is because they come. You met this person in your life, and it could be at any time in your life. You're gonna meet somebody, and they're just gonna come into your life, and they're here to teach you things about yourself, teach you things that you need to recognize. Most of the time, it's about aspects of yourself that you weren't able to see or understand until you actually go through the experience with these type of people. But it's just recognition of everyone's role in your life, you know what I mean? And just to know that everyone has a role in your life, and some people aren't meant to stay in your life, they just come in your life to teach you a lesson, maybe more than one lesson. It could be a lot of lessons, it could be a few lessons, but the importance is to recognize people's roles that come into your life in the first place, because a lot of times we want to believe that people come into our lives to make a great impact, you know what I mean, and to actually inspire us and to actually make us become better. But what needs to be recognized is that some people, they come into your life for that, but the way that they make you see that may not be the way that you would originally think someone would teach you those lessons. Some of these lessons are coming from toxic experiences and toxic events that you have to go through with this person for you to get to that level of understanding the lesson of meeting this person, because everyone has a role in your life. It's just like a freaking movie, right? It's like, a lot of people, they look at themselves as the main character, right, in the movie. But somebody that comes in on scene 2 or whatever, comes into the scene, you think that this person is going to be somebody that's going to be in your life forever and is here to help you and make you become a better person. But in all actuality, they come in here just for one scene in your life, and that scene was meant to bring you to a level of understanding that may have came from events that weren't pleasant or weren't positive, but it still brought you to the realization of this person's impact in your life. Now, I'm not saying everyone comes in your life is a karmic soulmate, but what I will say is that everyone does have a role that you meet in your life. There's a reason why you meet them, and there's a reason why they entered into your movie. You know what I mean? If we're gonna look at it in a movie sense, like each person's life is like a movie. Because it's weird, because like when you look at your life, it is kind of like a movie, bro. Because it's like broken up in different scenes, different chapters, different characters who come in and out. Some, for a quick second. Some come in for multiple scenes. Some come in one scene, leave for 5 scenes, and then comes back for another couple of scenes and disappears again. It's just a matter of understanding the lesson which needs to be learned from meeting this person, and also to understand the lesson of growth from yourself. Because let's face it, we're living a life where we're always going, we're always moving forward, we're always moving in a direction, right? Whether it's a good direction or a bad direction, we're moving in a direction, regardless if we intend to move or not. We're going to continue to move in one direction or the other. Now, with the choices that you make, it will dictate the way a scene can go in your life, depending on the choices that you make. So it is imperative to recognize the choices in your life that you have, because every choice that you make, because it's like sometimes you think that these little small choices that you make doesn't mean anything, but actually every choice that you make means something, whether significantly large or significantly small. As in, for example, like picking what you want to eat for dinner. That's a small choice. You think it has no impact on you, but honestly it does have an impact on you, because what you choose is going to affect you at that moment and maybe in the future. Like, for example, let me just say, alright, let's just say you got the choice to choose what you want for dinner. You decide to go to I don't know, a Roachcoach or something. You went to the Roachcoach, you ordered breakfast burrito with fries and a horchata or something like that, right? You chose that. Now after you eat that meal, 2 hours later, your stomach feels bad, you start feeling dizzy, you start feeling like you got food poisoning, you know what I mean? That was a choice. You chose that, whether you knew that you were going to get food poisoning or not. You made that decision. And even though it looked like a small, minuscule decision, it's actually a big decision, because what it's going to do is going to affect the rest of your day. It's going to affect how you feel. It's going to affect anything that you were trying to do productively that day may not get done because of that small choice that you made. And that's what I'm saying. It's like choosing the choices that we actually make actually can affect everything, whether small or large, And to go back to the topic, karmic soulmates, people tend to have this perspective about people that come into their lives who are karmic soulmates. Like I said, they come into your life to teach you a lesson, and it's up to you to learn the lesson and continue, or to not learn the lesson and to continue to keep going in this karmic cycle until you actually learn the lesson. Because some people, they're gonna go through a karmic situation because of a karmic soulmate, and they don't learn the lesson, so they continue to spiral in this karmic cycle until they finally learn the lesson. And we as individuals have to recognize when we're caught up in a karmic cycle, so we can learn the lesson the first time or maybe the second time, and not go through the cycle 10 times where we're wasting time, we're wasting energy, we're wasting decisions, you know what I mean, on something that really should have ended after you learned what you needed to learn. Because remember, life is all about growth and learning. So we have to continue to grow, and we have to continue to learn, and we have to continue to realize that where we're at this very moment is not, it may not be our full true self yet, because there's these lessons, all these karmic lessons that we need to learn in order to get to that, I'm gonna call it the true state, the awakened state, the state of like optimal potential, like the greatest version of yourself, because you don't become your true greatest self in one day. It happens over a period of time. If you learn the lessons and you learn about the cycles that you've been through, and closing out proper cycles and Because what happens is when you close a cycle out, that means you're done with that lesson and you're moving on to the next cycle. So life tends to be a whole bunch of cycles that you go through. You know what I mean? It's almost like a chain, right? It's like a chain. It's like when you're born, you first start as the first chain, right? You go through 5 cycles, and next thing you know, you're 5 years old. You go through another 5 cycles, next thing you know, you're 10 years old, and then blah blah blah. And then as you get older, what happens is you're faced with different choices in your life, and depending on what you choose, the direction of that chain will change depending on the choices that you make, and that's free will. You see, we also have free will. We don't just have, we do have destiny, and I'm gonna call it overall destiny, because destiny can be changed by the choices that you make while you're going through these cycles, you know. So it's like, going back to the chain example. When we were young, we were going in one direction, breaking all these cycles, moving into new ones, and then as we get older, we start getting more complex decisions and choices in our life, and we don't recognize that as we open, close, or stay in these cycles, what direction we actually move in through the chain. You know what I mean? It's like let's say, for example, like you're a teenager, right? And then you have a choice, right? Let's say you graduated high school, and then next you have a choice on what college you're gonna go to. Are you gonna go to college? Are you just gonna work? What are you gonna do? You got all these decisions and choices. So the chain has all these new directions that you could go into, and depending on the choice that you decide on, it's gonna change the direction of your life, the chain, which direction you're gonna go. And there's no wrong choice, you know what I mean? That's another thing I gotta put out. There's no wrong choice in what you choose, but your decision does affect which way your life goes. So some choices and some cycles, when it's over, you have that decision, right? Whatever you decide, your life is gonna go in that direction. Now, I said that no choice is bad, but no choice is bad and no choice is good. There's only choices that bring you in different directions. So each direction, I'm not saying if one direction is better than the other, but in a way it is sometimes, depending upon what was chosen and what is meant for you to go through during your life, because we all have free will. So when we get to a certain junction where we actually have a choice on what direction we're going to move to, you have to recognize the importance of these choices, because what happens post-choice is going to really affect where your life and your chain goes. So that's why it's important to make good decisions and good choices, because if you make the wrong choice, or I don't want to say wrong choice, if you just make the least best choice, you can actually go into cycles where you will go through a lot of pain, suffering, and trauma. But some of that can be because of past decisions. See, so this is what you gotta recognize. It's like your life is like a chain of decisions, and a chain of free will, and also a chain of karma. So this is definitely not a simple topic. It's complex. So you have to stick with me and understand what I'm talking about. So with certain choices, certain decisions, your chain's gonna move in a certain direction, right? And each choice is critical to your development, right? And it could also mean the timeline of your development. So it's like if you had a major decision, and let's just say you made the best choice, and your life in your chain gets all the way, like it's like a jumping point. So it's like if you're at a crossroads, and let's say you made the best decision out of all the choices. What that means is, instead of going to choice 6, 7, or 8, you get to jump all the way to choice 99. It's because you made that right choice at the right time, so you were able to just bypass all of these possibilities in your life and move on to the higher and the highest direction that you can get to. And you all the time, like, since you made that choice, you don't have to spend all of this time, all of this hurt, all of this pain, all of this trauma, going through all of these smaller choices, because you made the right decision at that point, and you were able to jump from choice 15 to like 99. Instead of going to 15 to 17, 15 to 16, 15 to 20, 15 to 25, you made the right decision, and you were able to hopscotch all of those cycles and possibilities to choice 99. So you can go in a direction to grow quicker and faster. You have that choice. You know what I mean? That's what free will is. So with the choices in your life and the decisions that you make, you get to jump to different. A lot of people, they call it timelines. So because it's kind of like right now you're on one timeline, right? And then the choices that you make, that the cycles that you break, or the cycles that you decide to continue or to close and move forward from, those are kind of like jumping points. It's like portal. It's like a portal, right? That choice that you make. So if you made the right choice, you will jump through this portal, and like I said, you will go all the way to like 150 or something to learn more advanced lessons, more advanced opportunities, more advanced timelines, because you made that decision, and that decision brought you to that reality. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if you would have chose those other choices, it brought you to these different timelines, these different realities that you had a free will decision to go or not to go, and jump from one timeline to the next. And that's why it's important, because you got to look at the choices that you make. The choices that you make is going to open you up to different timelines and different positions that you can actually build off of. So that's the power of free will. We have free will to choose which direction we get to go. So when you get to that junction or point where you have a major decision to choose from, it's very important to trust and believe in the decision that you're making, and also to listen to the guidance from your higher self, or from your guides, your whatever you believe in. You know what I mean? Is to listen to that guidance, because you have guidance to tell you which direction is the right way to go. But like I said, you have to listen to the guidance, and then you have to execute that free will decision at the right time, so you can skip the line, you know what I mean, and jump to a more advanced timeline, so you can actually progress more and quicker than if you would have stayed on previous choices and timelines. So it's very important to just understand these choices. And you know what is freaking crazy? I thought I was gonna talk about karmic soulmates or all of that, but I guess this video is turning into timelines and free will, talking about free will and timelines and different choices, which is not a bad topic to talk about. So this video is not gonna have any tarot cards in it. It's just gonna have this topic of timelines and free will choices. I guess I should change it to that now, because that's where this video is actually going to. So it's important to just know that your life is full of cycles, and that we have our choices to be who we are. That's why when they say you could be whatever you want to be, right? And that's the most truest shit. The most truest shit ever is you get to choose. You get to pick. You have that. That's that free will choice. You have that choice to be what you want to be and to become what you want to be. But just recognize that through these series of major decisions, to recognize that the right choice might not be the obvious choice when you're faced with decisions, major decisions, right? Your guidance and what you feel guided to choose, that's like your instincts, your intuition. That's the one that you need to listen to, even though it doesn't feel like, even if it doesn't feel like that's the right choice, that might be the right choice for you to jump from this timeline to the advanced timelines and the advanced situations, the ideal situations that you're able to get to. Because if you choose the wrong one, remember, you might have to go through every single level all the way up to like it might take you a whole lifetime to get to 99. You know what I mean? If you make the wrong decisions, and you have to go through all of these little karmic lessons, all these karmic cycles, because you made the wrong choice at a critical point in your life, because you had the choice to jump. You had a choice to jump from 10 to like 100. You know, you had that decision. Even though you didn't know you had that decision was there. That free will choice was there for you to jump far ahead in the timeline. Because if you, like I said, if you make the wrong, I don't want to say the wrong choice, but the long way, you can take forever to get to 99. You know what I mean? Now just imagine you made the right choice and you jump from 15 to 99. Now, as you're on that timeline, you're going to be presented with more choices and more free will opportunities. So if you keep picking the right decision, you're going to keep advancing from 99 to 199, 199 to 300, to 300 to 500. All of that advanced choices, the advanced levels of possibility in your life that you can get to, right? But you have to make the right decision at the right time to jump from these timelines to get to the best timeline that you can get to. That's the importance of free will and choice, is that if we make the right choice, we are going to jump. We're going to jump to the advanced timelines. And that's what's really important, is because those timelines are the ones that if you make the right decisions, those are the timelines where it's like, you know, like you say you create your own reality. Those are those big dreams that you have for yourself. Those big what do you call it? Goals that you have in your life. When you reach those type of goals, it's because you jumped from 15 to 150, you know, with one choice. And it gave you the option to make those advanced choices to even excel further. So it's important to recognize these junctions where you have these decisions, because that's where you're going to make those big jumps. That's where you're going to be able to become what you're dreaming of. You know what I mean? That's where divine timing and being guided leads to. It leads to those timelines where you were so far ahead, so advanced, that you were able to experience the desired outcomes and manifested the realities that you had, that you wished for yourself, and you're able to jump to all those advanced timelines instead of being stuck on 15 or 30, which could take you forever just to get to 99. It could take you a whole lifetime to even get to 50 or 99, you know what I mean? But that one choice that you had at 15 could have helped you get all the way to 99, and then you had another set of choices where it helped you jump past 99 all the way to like 300, and then you had another set of choices, and then you jump from 300 to 320 to 325 to 350 all the way up to 500, just because you made the right choice, just because you made the decision to trust in the guided path, and also the decision to trust and believe where you're headed, and to always choose the right decision no matter what. Because if you make the wrong decision or the wrong choice, you're gonna be stuck on these karmic cycles and these karmic lessons that you're gonna have to go through, and then you might, by the time you get at the end of your life, you might not even make it to 99. It's because all the choices that you made, you're only able to stay in the 50s and 60s for most of your life, and you never had a chance to even get to triple digits, or to see quadruple digits, or to even see past that. So that's why it's important to make the right decisions, and to close out cycles that are necessary, get into new cycles, and then to continue to make the right choices so you can get to that level 500 or 1000, where your dreams can actually come true, and you get to manifest your dreams into your reality. You know what I mean? Because you made the right choices, and you jumped all the way to the advanced timelines, and you're able to actually create the reality that you always dreamed of for yourself. And instead of making all these I'm not saying wrong choices, but just making the choices that kept you in certain cycles, you know what I mean, which slowed you down. Because you made those choices, you might not ever get a chance to get to those advanced timelines. It's because you made those choices. So once those choices are made, though, you have no choice but to go in the direction that your life chain is going, because those are the choices that you made. So even if you make those choices, it's possible that you might have a choice somewhere down the line on those levels to jump again. It's a possibility to jump past to the advanced timelines. But like I said, you got to make the right choices at the right times, and then recognize those choices when they appear, and to actually really follow the guidance that you have, and also to be led to do those decisions and to jump, because it's up to you to jump. It's up to you to get to those advanced timelines. Like I said, some people, they're gonna make the wrong choices in their life, and they're never ever gonna have a chance to get to those advanced timelines. It's because they made I ain't saying the wrong choice, but they made the wrong choices at the wrong times. So they decided to stay in cycles or lessons, and started living a lot of the karma from the choices that they have, to keep them stagnant in these karmic cycles. That's going to keep them stuck for a long time. And like I said, if you make those decisions, you might not have a chance to get to the advanced timelines. I mean, I'm not saying there's no possibility. There might be another possibility, but like I said, you gotta make the right choices at the right time to jump from one to get to the advanced timelines. And like I said, it's all choice, it's all free will. That's the blessing of life. So we gotta just recognize the choices when they appear, and to recognize the results of what we actually choose, because your timeline, the timeline that you end up staying on, and the cycles that you end up going through is going to be dependent on what you choose when you get to these critical junctures, because these junctures are the ones that's going to give you the opportunity to jump far in the advanced timelines. But like I said, you gotta pick the right free will choice at the right free will time, and then you'll be able to jump to those realities where you actually have the things that you dreamed of. In this possibility, I'm not gonna tell you that even if you make the wrong decisions that you're not gonna get to those advanced timelines, but you're gonna have to go through some levels and some lessons because of the choices that you made. So just recognize, that everything that you decide to do, everything that you're going through, it's gonna be a lesson, a cycle that you're gonna have to go through, and to recognize that the junctions where you have the choice, you can advance to the advanced timelines if you choose correctly. And I just want you guys to recognize the heaviness of your free will choices, and to also choose wisely, choose correctly, follow the guidance, go where it feels right, and most likely you will advance to the advanced timelines. Thank you very much from your boy. This is midnight. I hope you guys are having a nice day. I send you love and light. If you spent the time to watch this video, I'm gonna make sure I bless you with all the good energy that I can give you. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Welcome to the Midnight Zone. My uncle loves you, and I love you too.
We're all in our private traps, clamped in them, and none of us can ever get out.
Sometimes we deliberately step into those traps.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is the bonus video for that video honestly was really random. I was really gonna just make a video about karmic partners and decisions, but it actually became a lesson, a divine lesson of free will, cycles, karmic cycles, and choices and opportunities to get to advanced timelines, which I think I think I should call that video I think advanced timeline. That sounds like a really great title. I might use that for this one. But really, it was just, I didn't use any tarot cards. So that video didn't need any tarot cards. It was just me, all me. There was no tarot cards. It was just straight hierophant status. You know what I mean? Just teaching and learn, so you can learn learn to recognize when you're in, what kind of cycles that you're in, and the possibilities of your choices of what you choose, because it's very important to understand what you choose is going to dictate the possibilities of where you're headed to in your life, and to actually oh man, I don't know, I think I have to show this real fast in this bonus video, because I actually do have a whole bunch of tarot cards right here, because I wasn't sure if it was gonna be a video with tarot cards, but it didn't turn into that. But what flew over is this trauma in reverse card. That's interesting. I don't know why this card the wind blew this card over, and what I feel with this card, honestly, I just feel like somebody is not learning lessons from some type of trauma, and honestly, when I look at this card, it does make me feel of, it could be childhood trauma, it could be past life trauma, I don't know. It feels like somebody is not learning the lessons from this trauma. So that means if this is you, if this pertains to you, you need to learn from that karmic cycle. You know what? This is a bonus video. I wasn't even expecting to be a long bonus video, but we're gonna pull some cards on this. I'm gonna do this just real quick. We got trauma right here. All right, what do they need to do about this trauma? Strategy. What about the strategy? Seven chakra archangel Uriel, but it's reversed. So if you're going through this trauma, you need to strategize, because your crown chakra is being blocked. It's being blocked right now. What do they need to do? Oh, you need to walk away. It was reversed though. That means you're not walking away. And the fact that you're not walking away is the reason why your crown chakra is being blocked, is because you're not walking away. You need to walk away from this cycle. What is the advice for them? The advice is to stop listening to people that deceive you and the people that are lying to you. That's the advice for you right now. And that's it for this bonus video, because it's almost 5 minutes long. I wasn't expecting this little quick pull, but the wind blew that card over, so I had to tap into this energy. Peace out from your boy.